What's up, you guys? Welcome to the video. So much blood in the markets. So bloody out there, but I'm still buying. Today we're going to be looking at 3 stocks to buy going into January of 2019. I decided to try filming this month's stocks to buy here at my house rather than going to the office. If you guys enjoy this style of video, give it a thumbs up so I know. And if you prefer me going to the office, if you like that setting better, leave a comment down below because I can very easily do that. But before we get into the stocks, I will just give you a quick update on my thoughts on the market. Despite the markets being so heavily down, I don't think that the markets are crashing. When you look at things like the unemployment rate, when you look at inflationary trends, which we aren't seeing a whole lot of, when you look at just the earnings that these corporations are pumping out, as well as the valuation of the overall stock market, I don't see enough evidence to justify that we are entering into a market crash. I don't believe that we're heading into a recession despite everything that you're going to be hearing about online. I think that, the markets are actually going to end up doing just fine. Call me crazy, but I actually just added 3 new holdings to the portfolio in the past couple of weeks. I'm looking to do some buying as we stand right now. If you're interested in seeing those stocks, go check out our membership group, man. It's growing and growing. Like every week we're getting new members in. We're looking at the most quality stocks out there, good stocks to own for the long term. Definitely go check it out, guys. It's that first link down in the description below. But the first stock that we're going to be taking a look at in today's video is the company Berkshire Hathaway, ticker brk.b. Unless you can afford yourself some of the A series shares, but let's just leave it at brk.b. Berkshire Hathaway is the investment company run by Mr. Warren Buffett himself, along with this other guy named Charlie Munger. These two guys know a thing or two about investing. Berkshire Hathaway is, they're the holding company with a wide array of subsidiaries such as Geico, Dairy Queen, See's Candy, just to name a few. They're also large shareholders in companies like American Airlines, Apple, American Express, Bank of America, Coca-Cola, long list of companies. And I will include this link down in the description below if you're interested in checking it out. But why do I think that Berkshire Hathaway is a good stock to buy? First things first, it's Warren Buffett's company, man. Like, enough said. Move on to the next stock. Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger, I mean, we can't sleep on Charlie Munger. These are arguably 2 of the greatest investors of all time. So to be able to invest in a company that they're running is a positive in and of itself. We did just see last week Vice Chairman and Head of Insurance Operations Ajit Jain pick up $20 million worth of A-Series shares. Aside from him, like a couple months back, Buffett himself made the announcement that he's going to be buying back shares in the company. When we see executives or insiders buying back shares of their own company, I mean, this is typically a very positive sign. What this tells us is that they are seeing value at the current share price. You know, there's a million other things that they could be spending their money on. They could be looking for acquisitions. They could be retaining it within the company, but they're opting to go out and buy back shares. Especially with Berkshire shares being down about 12% this month alone, like just over the very short term. This to me looks like a very nice discount on one of the most quality companies out there. Now, one of the issues that does concern some Berkshire investors is that, sooner or later, these 2 guys are going to move on. Buffett is currently 88 years old and Munger is 94, and he's actually about to turn 95 in January. His birthday's coming up, within a month. So these guys aren't going to be around forever. And the reality is that there are a lot of investors out there that do invest in Berkshire strictly because it's Buffett's company. Now, that being said, the performance of the stock over the years is not only credit to Buffett. It has very much been a team effort, and they've had a management team that's already been planning and kind of shifting for this inevitable transition. In fact, a bunch of the investment decisions are done now by a couple guys named Todd Combs and Ted Weschler. A good example of this is seeing their most recent investment in the company Oracle, the big technology company. We can almost say for certain that they played a big part in this, and this wasn't a move necessarily derived from Buffett. Point being here, guys, that when Buffett and Munger do move on, whenever that is, Berkshire is going to be in good hands. Buffett speaks very highly of Ted and Todd, who will be stepping up as co-investment managers for the portfolio. There are a bunch of clips that you can watch on YouTube, which I will link down in the description below, just of Buffett just speaking so highly in these two guys' ability to manage the company when the time comes. The stock currently trades at a PE of 7.65, which is far cheaper than the overall market. This is one of the largest companies in the world in terms of market cap. The stock currently trades for $192 USD. It's a stock that I would personally be more than comfortable to hold, but Berkshire Hathaway is the first stock to buy in January of 2019. Moving on to the second stock for today's video, you guys aren't going to believe it. It's the company New Age Beverages, ticker NBEV. It's kind of in the marijuana sector, in particular, CBD infused beverages. Now, NBEV is a beverage company that focuses on healthy, ready to drink beverages. And before we get into the numbers, I will just show you guys their website so you can get familiar with some of their products. They sell green teas, coconut water, they sell kombucha. I personally have tried kombucha before. I think it's nasty, but I do know that a lot of people, especially in the healthy scene, really like this drink, but that's beside the point. We can look here at their line of kombuchas, certified organic kombucha. Got a nice variety here. They've got as well their Coco Libre coconut water, so all natural, zero added sugar. Again, a variety of flavors, and like just look at this branding, guys. Beautiful products. I really do love this company's branding. They have a Bob Marley drink. You may have seen this at the 7-Elevens around where you live. Yerba Mate, Mellow Mood. They're also involved. They have a water product. And like I said, they also have the green and black tea products. Now, I'll start the segment off with this. I mean, I think that the company's branding is amazing, which is very important, especially nowadays, like especially with the market that they're trying to kind of capture, the healthier people, kind of the ones that are like willing to go out and spend crazy amounts of money for healthy drinks. People are so drawn in nowadays to the look of a product. And even if it doesn't like necessarily taste good, if it's like quote unquote healthy and the product looks good, I can guarantee you that people are going to be going out and buying them. So I do think that NBEV has done a really good job with their branding. Just last week, we did have the passing of the Farm Bill, which is huge for this company. This is a bill that approves billions of dollars in subsidies to American farmers, legalizes hemp, bolsters farmers markets, and rejects stricter food limits on food stamps pushed by House Republicans. Key takeaway here, guys, legalizes hemp. Now, this is huge news for any CBD companies out there. This just opens up a huge runway for them now that it's technically legal. President Donald Trump signed the 2018 Farm Bill on Thursday afternoon, which legalized hemp, a variety of cannabis that does not produce the psychoactive component of marijuana, paving the way to legitimacy for an agricultural sector that has been operating on the fringe of the law. So just to clarify, marijuana is still illegal on a federal level. When we're talking here, the THC, which is one of the components of marijuana, but the other component, CBD, which can be infused into drinks for a variety of health benefits, that is allowed. Now, NBEV had announced that they would be diving into the CBD space once the Farm Bill is passed with CBD-infused teas, sparkling waters, and infused shots, which did result in a very nice run-up for the company, almost a little too nice. The stock has seen an outstanding pop, basically up over 300% just over the past couple months alone. And despite including this stock in today's video, this is a stock that I'm going to be watching over the coming month rather than going out and buying right now. In fact, we did see the stock actually tank. It was down pretty heavily, down 17% towards the end of the week. And I personally do like the company, but even after a drop like that, I'm not rushing to go out and buy at these levels. With a stock like NBEV that has been so volatile and so hyped, after seeing a run up this strong of 300% over a very short time period, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw this stock drop down pretty substantially over the coming, let's say, month. Now, if that were to happen and we saw the stock drop down to, let's say, like the $3 level, well, around then is where I'd start to look at taking a position. But as of right now, guys, it's just a little too hyped for my liking. Morningstar does have them rated with a $9 price target, which came at a bit of a surprise to me, but this is definitely an option to look into if you are looking to get into the CBD space. One thing that I'll point out is that if we do look at their revenues, you may look at this and say, wow, what great growth the company's been seeing over the past couple of years. Now, a lot of this growth, a lot of this revenue has come from acquisitions. So that is something to just keep in mind, not to be fooled by those growing revenue numbers. At the end of the day, what it's going to come down to is just seeing how popular these CBD beverages really end up being. But like I said, this could be a good option if you are looking to get into the space. The stock currently trades for $5.44 USD. It does not pay a dividend, but NBEV is the second stock to watch and hope for a drop in January. Moving on to the third and final stock for the video, it's the company Nike, ticker NKE. And I wish I got this video out just a couple days earlier. I mean, I'd been planning to talk about these three stocks throughout the week. And then on Friday, we did see Nike stock have a very nice pop. It was one of the only stocks that managed to stay in the green on Friday. And this came off of a very nice earnings report, which we can get into right now. Reading here, Nike reported fiscal 2019 second quarter results. Revenues for Nike increased 10% to $9.4 billion. Converse, one of the brands that they own, $425 million in revenue. That's up 6%. Gross margins increased 80 basis points to 43.8%. Man, 43% margins, that is super, super nice. They had net income increase 10% to $847 million, driven primarily by strong revenue growth and gross margin expansion, while diluted earnings per share increased 13% from the prior year. Scrolling down here, during the second quarter, Nike repurchased a total of 16.1 million shares for approximately $1.3 billion as part of their 4-year, $12 billion buyback program approved by the board of directors in November of 2015. So what a nice earnings report from Nike. Really, really strong earnings from the company, which again was reflected in the share price up, I believe it was 7% or 8%, 7% on Friday towards the end of the week. And, I really don't have too much to say about Nike other than it's a company that I absolutely love. And I actually don't own shares of Nike yet, but I'm going to buy it. And I can guarantee you this is a stock that I'm going to hold for a long, long time. Being a sports fan myself, this is a company that I have to own. Nike is just so well loved all over the globe. I think over to Asia, when I visited Taiwan last year, I just got a sense of how big Nike is over there. They basically got their footprint etched pretty much throughout the entire sports scene. Nike basketball, running, it's crazy. And what I think is super cool about Nike is that they're not strictly athletic wear. I think to a company like Under Armour, which I do like as well, but a company like Under Armour is primarily, high performance athletic wear or high performance apparel, whereas Nike is actually quite casual too. It's stylish, especially like I said, over in Asia, they got their style game on point, man. A lot of them, they're really into Nike and Adidas. It's just something that we can't overlook, that they do kind of have a footprint in both scenes. I know that this is a stupid investment thesis, but Nike's just killing it. I mean, they're just out doing it. You look at the sponsored athletes like that they have working under them. When you have the King as one of your sponsored athletes, like how could you go wrong? The stock does pay a 1.22% dividend, which is nothing large, but it is nice to get out of a retail company. Nike stock is down about 20% off of its highs, and I figure, now more than ever could be a great time to buy. I'm actually going to be adding Nike to my personal portfolio over the next week or two. The stock currently trades for $72 USD. I've been considering buying the stock for a while now, but I decided I'm going to just do it. But Nike is our third stock to buy in January. So guys, those are my 3 stocks to buy in January. If you enjoyed the video, please do give it a thumbs up and let me know down below in the comment section what you think of my stock picks for the month. Also, if you think that I'm crazy for buying into this market, leave a comment down below, man. Let me hear it. Let me know your guys' thoughts. Like I said, go check out our membership group. It is getting better and better every week, guys. We got more and more people pouring in. Get in while you can, guys. I mean, it's a really, really great group. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, subscribe. I post a video every Monday. But as always, I thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video.